finally the mystery's over. Mothra's officially confirmed with pictures in Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. For anyone in doubt, I'm here to drop this image and the Mothra confirmation in this new flick. Stick with me till the end of this vid, and you'll walk away with all the official deets. Welcome back to Nerds Insights, your daily dose of nerd news. Once again we're diving into Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire right here on the channel. Today's news? It's the end of a mystery that had everyone scratching their heads about Mothra showing up in the movie. And if you're lost in the sauce, let me break it down and show you the pic that puts an end to this tale, confirming Mothra's spot in the film. But before all the info drops, drop a comment. Are you down with Mothra's cameo, or would you rather see another kaiju take the spotlight? I'm dying to hear your thoughts. And of course, smash that like on this vid. During one of the numerous test screenings for the movie Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, the audience wasn't vibing with the idea of Titanos Phosphora because it felt like a blatant copy of Mothra. It was basically a clone heavily inspired by Mothra, just without the actual Mothra name but instead dubbed Titanos Phosphora. And because of that, the audience wasn't feeling it too much. Why create a titan that's basically Mothra when they could just roll with Mothra herself? However, as we all know, Legendary's focusing more on their copyright kaijus and isn't planning to use Toho's kaijus for now. So Titanos Phosphora seemed like a workaround to incorporate Mothra into the monsterverse without dishing out for Toho's rights. But that move didn't sit well with critics and the crowd, so almost at the 11th hour, Legendary decided to switch Titanos Phosphora back to Mothra, even though Titanos Phosphora had already dropped with its official look, the one you're seeing on your screen. However, it got axed from the flick, and now we're back to having Mothra in the mix. Another point we've got is the supposed leaked script of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire along with its official trailer dropped in December. The leaked script mentioned a divine kaiju aiding Kong and Godzilla in the final battle, and in that trailer, in the Hollow Earth Temple scene, we saw something being worshipped there, with people hinting it's Mothra herself, which makes a lot of sense since Mothra is the queen of all titans. Mothra carries this divine essence, an air of superiority over the others, so it'd make sense for her to be worshipped in the Hollow Earth. However, if it's the same Mothra we saw in 2019, there's no way she could have made her way there because Mothra is immortal. When she's close to death, she lays a new egg and transfers her essence into it, remaining there until it hatches again. So it's unlikely for folks to have taken that massive Mothra egg and transported it to the Hollow Earth. Also, it wouldn't make sense for Mothra's egg to hatch so quickly because if she turned into an egg back in 2019, it's only been 5 years. That's a super short time for kaiju evolution. We've got to remember, they take decades, even centuries to awaken, to be born, to hatch, so it doesn't quite add up for it to be the same Mothra. I keep repeating this about whether it's the same Mothra or not because it could be a completely different Mothra. If Titanos Phosphora got scrapped for looking too much like Mothra, and Mothra doesn't fit the storyline by appearing in the Hollow Earth or hatching from an egg to help Godzilla and Kong again in the final battle, it can't be either of those. One's out, and the other doesn't make sense. But here comes the image. Let me show you the image we have of confirmed Mothra in Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. As you can see, it's a Mothra keychain. You might wonder if that's enough to confirm its appearance in the film. Well, it is. We're already seeing official toys from Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire being sold in major stores. You can even snag one right from your home on some shopping sites. We've got toys for Godzilla, Kong, Scar King, Shirmu, and even Suku and Doug, and now Mothra too. This Mothra keychain, if you notice, says Reborn Mothra. That means Mothra has been reborn and is confirmed in the movie. Now, all that's left is to figure out how the writers will explain Mothra. Will it be the same Mothra from 2019? Will it be a different Mothra? Because this Mothra in the image looks quite different. It even resembles Titanos Phosphora more than Mothra herself, but the keychain clearly says Mothra, so could they be using Phosphora's visual design and just changing the name to Mothra? I don't know. It might be something Legendary would do, but I believe it could be a Mothra somewhat different from what we're used to seeing. All we can do is wait to see how they handle her in the movie and how they explain Mothra's situation. Now I wanted to ask you, if you were the screenwriter for Godzilla Kong: The New Empire, how would you feature Mothra in this movie? What would be your explanation? I'm really curious to know what your mind will come up with. So, unleash your creativity because I'll be reading all the comments and chiming in as well. And of course, click that button here in the middle and subscribe to the channel, because we've got news every day about the nerd universe, and with the notification bell on, you'll ensure you get the information firsthand. Take care, and until next time.